All right, sorry to interrupt, Sam, but we have some breaking news. Mark Kono at Sky 5 HD over Santa Fe Springs, and clearly a dangerous pursuit underway. Mark.
Extremely dangerous, Frank, and just good morning here. That red car that you see there, a stolen vehicle that is being pursued by the police department here. Where we are is going to be along Firestone Boulevard, just on the west side of the 605. Traveling at a very high rate of speed eastbound on Firestone, now just below the 605 freeway. Now, this call came out about 20 minutes ago out of Buena Park, a stolen vehicle that was traveling at a high rate of speed, going through red lights, going through stop signs, going into opposite lanes of traffic here. And so this ended up in the Lakewood area, where it ended up on surface streets, Clark, Lakewood Boulevard, and he took Lakewood Boulevard northbound out of the Lakewood area here all the way through Downey, and this is where we have caught up to this guy in Downey, eastbound on Firestone. We just caught him as we were coming to air inside that Target parking lot, where he kind of went into the parking lot and was making circles, leading the police in circles around the area here before exiting that Target parking lot and now making his way again eastbound on Firestone. We'll try and get some updated locations for you, but again, eastbound on Firestone will be coming up on Pioneer Boulevard here shortly. Now, this guy has just a myriad of options here in terms of what he wants to do, depending on what traffic dictates here. Now, there you see him. Oh my gosh, okay, now he's going to be going into potentially a residential area. You saw him coming up on a red light there, and there were a couple of cars ahead of him, so rather than kind of splitting the cars, he went behind them and turned northbound. Now he's going to be northbound into the neighborhood here, and don't know exactly the street here, but this is going to be in the Downey neighborhood here, northbound, actually Norwalk, coming up towards the 5 freeway in a matter of about half a mile or so. Now, this guy, we believe just the sole occupant, as was initially reported, a sole occupant, a male, driving very, very recklessly at very high rates of speed, endangering all the commuters and all of the pedestrians out on the roadway there, blowing through a stop sign right there. So extremely dangerous speeds and extremely dangerous actions by this driver here as he tries to evade the police department here. Now, initially, again, this started about 20-25 minutes ago out of Buena Park here, so in Orange County, as a stolen vehicle. Apparently, officers spotted the stolen vehicle, attempted to stop this guy or pull this guy over, and the chase was on here. He resisted their attempts, and now it looks like a Honda Civic, actually here, a late model Honda Civic, and it looks like they almost might be trying to pit him there as he turns into the neighborhood once again. We are basically on the south side of the 5, or in other words, the west side of the 5, and east, not anything to get by slower traffic, weaving in and out, hitting the left and right shoulders, and so this is going to be a little bit tight an area here, because this particular stretch of the freeway, because of the ongoing construction, is only 3 lanes. So 3 lanes of traffic is all that he has to work with, and not much of a shoulder here. You know, given the fact that he was using shoulders just a little while ago, this is going to limit him in what he can actually do and how far he can get away from the pursuing officers here. But here we go, southbound side of the 5 freeway, and that is what we are looking at here. At least 3 PD officers are behind him, and 1 motor officer is also behind him as well. So we continue to watch this guy as he moves in that number 1 lane south on the 5 freeway over towards Norwalk. Guys?
All right, 5 southbound now we're watching. This guy's stolen vehicle started out of Buena Park at about 7:20 this morning, so going on a little over 30 minutes now. Really high rate of speed. You can see just how much faster he's going than anybody else on the road.
And it is slightly surprising that the CHP hasn't joined, and as soon as Mark can chat with us, we'll ask him about that, because I believe it's still a Buena Park PD officer in pursuit. Mark, do you see any sign of CHP joining in this pursuit or taking over the pursuit on the freeway?
You know, the CHP at some point might take over, and that is if the the Buena Park PD requests their assistance. And now, given the fact that they're on the freeway, that certainly might happen. But if you look at this guy, here he is. He's going to be southbound on the 5 freeway, and it looks like he's getting off here at maybe Imperial Highway. Yeah, Imperial Highway is where he, he's off the freeway here. He is off the freeway right here at Imperial Highway, and it looks like...
Allow the person to sort of move forward in an attempt to de-escalate the situation. That has not happened here. It looks like a pit maneuver is about to happen, and it is happening now. Mark Kono at Sky 5, tell us what's happening.
Frank and Jess, yeah, here we go. Pit maneuver here. This is going to be on Slauson. Slauson, you saw him turn right on Slauson from northbound on Norwalk here. And so now they were authorized to pit this guy just moments before while they were northbound on Norwalk Boulevard here. And now they pitted the guy, and now at gunpoint they are ordering this guy to come out of the vehicle here. Now, how this is going to play out, we will see over the course of the next several seconds here. But again, they just pitted the guy as he was completing a right-hand turn eastbound onto Slauson from Norwalk Boulevard here. Now, again, the officers are kind of backing off. They do have guns drawn, and it appears that I don't know if he's going to be pinned in on that driver's side here, because you can see the right front of that Buena Park Police Department cruiser is basically up against that driver door. So it may be a situation where he is not able to open the actual door to get out. So we'll see how they actually work this guy out of the vehicle here. And remember, there's also a passenger that they're going to have to contend with here. So that might add a little bit of complication here, given the fact that, well, that police cruiser might be blocking the guy's exit from the driver door. He's not going to be able to come out of that driver door with his arms up and lay down on the ground. He appears to be opening that door. So you see that, that passenger door, and the passenger, arms up as ordered, is backing out of the vehicle here. And that is going to be the best possible scenario for that person here, given the fact that you know, this pursuit was going on for so long and you know, producing so many dangerous situations here. So the passenger is now backing up towards the police officers, and now it is going to be hands up, and the arrest team is going to be coming up to, I believe, her and taking her into custody here. But the driver, we surmise, might end up coming out of that passenger door as well. But again, that passenger has been taken into custody. You see those Baldwin Park police officers kind of getting her hands behind her back, and now that is going to be half the situation diffused. And so now they have, again, to look forward to the driver coming out of that vehicle here, hopefully a situation where they can control and contain the situation as best they can without any harm to any of the public here. But again, that driver's still in that vehicle. I don't know if he's actually refusing to come out at this point, or if they just wanted to let the passenger out first. So let's see what kind of unfolds here over the course of the next couple of minutes here. Hopefully a situation where the driver kind of exits on his own volition and comes out peacefully. Guys?
And we're showing you some video now on the right side of your screen from the actual pursuit to give you a sense of how dangerous this was. The driver put so many folks at risk throughout this pursuit. Initially believed to be just the driver. We found out later there was a driver and a passenger. Again, we don't know if the passenger is a victim or is a suspect, but the police will obviously treat that person as a suspect until they can determine one way or the other